Now, I'll start off with the last time when we spoke. It was right before the big press conference, and there was word that you might be fighting a guy named Rory MacDonald, but you were very tight-lipped. Now, we know that you're fighting Rory MacDonald, so how did this bout come about?
Well, after the win over Johnny Hendricks, I was expected to get the title shot after that. Finishing Solani in the first round, the former welterweight champion. And but sometimes you got to go out there and you got to prove once again to the UFC and to the fans that you deserve that title shot. I'm ranked number 2 right now. Roy's number 1, and he's the only guy that's ranked above me besides Robbie Lawler. So it's going to be on, man, and it's going to be on June 18th in Ottawa, Canada.
Yeah, I can't wait for that fight. I got the Canadian flag hanging right behind me. Unfortunately, I won't be at the event. But you're fighting a guy in Rory MacDonald who you fought at TriStar for a bit, or trained at TriStar for a bit. Were you and him ever training partners, and was there any hesitation taking the fight?
Well, it did kind of sting knowing that I was going to be fighting, a buddy of mine, a guy that I've known for a while. I did, train at TriStar for many years. This is actually before I even started MMA, just being a sparring partner up there with George. So, me and Rory, we never sparred with each other, but we kind of drilled, wrestling. This was before I was even doing MMA. And, just going up there and hanging out with those guys. And me and Rory fought on the same cards. And, so we kind of developed a pretty good relationship. And, but, we both understand that it's business. And when you're at the top of the game, sometimes you got to fight a friend, and win or lose, we're going to be friends after the fight. But we're going to go out there and try and put it all out on the line, man. I mean, a win for both of us could be another title shot. So it's important, and it's a very dangerous fight. Roy's the best well-rounded fighter that I've faced so far.
So this is the 3rd event in a row where you're the headliner. You've been doing a lot of these FS1 cards, Fight Pass cards. Are you kind of hoping that the next time you fight, it's going to be in a main event of a pay-per-view or on pay-per-view, or do you not care about that, and do you actually like the exposure of being main event for so-called free TV?
You know what? I think it's great being, headlining those shows, just because I feel that more people are apt to watch it if it's free. You know what I mean? But after this, yeah, man, I mean, I don't want to look past Roy, because Roy is the man. He's number 1 contender, been at the top of the game for a long time, but hopefully a win over him will give me that next title shot, and it will be on pay-per-view, and hopefully, headlining one of them.
Switching topics, we've talked a few times before, and one time I mentioned that you should consider changing your name from Wonderboy to Superman. Have you given that any more thought?
I really haven't, to be honest with you. Man, everybody's been saying that when you're going to switch your name, but as of right now, me walking out to just walking out to Tenacious D's Wonderboy, I want to continue to keep the name Wonderboy for now. I love that song, man. I love walking out to it because it definitely puts a smile on my face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and no complaints about the name. It's a wonderful name. Just, I think that it would be appropriate if you did win the title to go from Wonderboy to Superman. That would be a cool little thing to do.
Yeah, that would be cool, man. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, so you're fighting a completely different guy in Rory MacDonald from Johnny Hendricks. I was actually just so surprised how you performed against Johnny Hendricks. Did you see that coming, and did you think that you would be able to knock out a former champion in just one round?
I never expected that in a million years. And I was prepared to go 5-5 in a row because I knew how tough Johnny Hendricks was. He's been 10 rounds with Robbie Lawler, the champion now, and I mean, the guy's taken some shots and just has never gone down like that. But I think a lot to do with it was with my style, frustrating him out there. There was a few points where he just kind of dropped his hand and shook his head, and that's exactly when I knew when I had him. Mm-hmm. Just being able to hit him without getting hit back, I think was the key to help, for the frustration. Once I got you frustrated, I know I have you. And, yeah, man, it was just so surreal, to be honest with you. I was never thought in a million years I would be finishing him in the first round, but everything just worked out perfectly. Every shot that I knew I could land on him landed, and it was just over, man. It was just my night.
I think it was surreal for everybody watching. Me, I was in complete amazement. I knew that you could do it, but just not like that. And you said that you expected a hard 5-round fight. There's nobody tougher in the division, maybe Robbie Lawler, but nobody tougher than Rory MacDonald. Do you expect this to be a hard-fought 5-round fight?
Oh, definitely. I think it's going to be action-packed. I think the fans are going to really love to tune in to watch this fight. Yeah, man, he's a tough guy. I mean, you saw him go out there and just take some shots from Robbie Lawler, and he just kept on coming. So I expect, man, a five-in-a-round war. And mentally, for me to be ready for this fight, for me to be confident, I have to be ready for that.
Mm-hmm. And I can't wait for the fight. It's one of the most interesting top contender fights of the year. And it is a top contender fight. You're not a guy who gets upset or mad often. Would you be mad or upset if you don't end up getting a title shot with an impressive win?
Oh, definitely. I would definitely be upset. I mean, I would feel that maybe, if I don't get that title shot, something's wrong, man. I mean, a win over Johnny Hendricks, a win over Rory, has to give it to me. I would definitely be upset. Yes. I'm putting my foot down.
Yeah, and I assume that you would get the title win unless something like the Robbie Lawler Tyron Woodley fight, if that ends up in a draw or something, or controversy. What do you think of there being so many rematches in the UFC right now? And would you be upset if there was a rematch for that fight?
Man, yeah, kind of. I mean, if let's say Tyrone does get the shot, he has defended the title. Robbie's defended the title many times, so he deserves it. I would be upset if it goes that way, just in the fact that Robbie didn't do what I thought he was going to do. I think Robbie's going to beat Tyrone. I think Tyrone has been out of the game for a little while. I mean, he does have an explosive shot, but Robbie Lawler's takedown defense is phenomenal. You saw that against Rory and Johnny Hendricks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and to be honest, I think you should have gotten the title shot, but instead, we have this fantastic fight. I cannot wait to watch this, and I'm being serious when I said this is my most anticipated fight of the year. Good luck at UFC Ottawa. I can't wait to watch this fight.
Oh, thank you, my friend. You know what? I'm really excited. Been training hard. Just got done training right now. So, man, just don't blink, my friend. It's going to be a war.
I can't wait to see it. Thanks, Wonderboy.
Anytime, brother. Have a good one.
You too.